Welcome back, everyone, to Football Focus SG podcast with myself, Ais, and Mr. JB. Mr. JB, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much. How about you in football?
Yeah, I mean, football, even though Euros has come to an end, as we have based on our last video, which is we did a predictions for Euros. Now Euros has come to an end, but football is still going on with our current SPL Singapore Premier League that's happening. So, Mr. JB, um, looking at the SPL right now, if you could summarize, because it has been 8 matches had that has played while we have last talked about it. What would you make of it so far of the league?
Well, I would say it's been interesting. That one I can tell you that. It's very, very interesting.
It
I
is.
mean I can tell my prediction is gone haywire a little bit, but who cares? It's just prediction. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's very, very interesting.
yeah, true. I mean, it has been very interesting. I think more particularly to highlight is Albirex Niigata. I think we can clearly say that there are like currently 8 at the moment. And then we have Hougang, who, well, you had, I mean, Mr. JB, you had high hopes for them, I believe, in the prediction. Still without a win after the 8 games. And then you have surprises like Young Lions and Brunei DPMM above these two teams that we mentioned earlier. And then even more surprising, where the two teams are still undefeated at the moment, is the two East Side, Tampines and Geylang. So it has a interesting is a definite word. Surprising is also another. But I would say it is, like I said, while it may be the most smallest league table that we have, because we only have like 9 teams, it is still one of the hardest and the most unpredictable league to predict. You can agree there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it has to be one of the most difficult ever, yes.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
Because
with the
it's
most recent, I think the recent result kind of shocks everyone with Lion City Sailors having one of their, I believe, their first defeat in a very long time. I believe it was like 19 match undefeated streak or something before Tampines demolished them like 5-0. So, these are just brief and touch that we're gonna talk about in SPL. So, like Mr. JB, looking at the table right now, and with Tampines' biggest performance so far over LCS, my question to you now is this a one-way winner? Is this a runaway right now for Tampines? Or is it still very early to say?
I would say it's still early lah. I mean, it's definitely early days. Uh, yes, there are a few string of bad results, but I think Lion City Sailors will come back. I mean, this is like their first defeat at
Yeah,
home since
yeah,
like I don't know 2023 or something like that, or
yeah.
probably
Since last
last
year,
season. So yeah, I mean it's definitely early days. Although yes, I must say, Tampines are right now looking like clear favorites to go through all the way.
yeah, yeah. And in the meantime, I mean, is there any surprises like so far throughout these 8 games? Any team that surprises you the most?
Surprised me the most.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say LB Rex, man.
you say Albirex?
Yeah, I'll definitely say LB Rex. But at the same time, I think Brunei PMM is not too bad either.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, true, true. I think one
Yeah,
of my biggest surprises would be like Geylang, who's doing very well, who like, who concede a lot, but they score a lot. They seems to know how to find a way not to lose now.
yeah,
And
exactly. Which is why I think I mean, just to touch on what you shared,
yeah,
it's about the most difficult and the most hardest to predict because all of a sudden you have 4 5 teams right now who is really pulling out the surprises. Even Young Lions, I'm surprised by them as well. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
yeah, yeah. It is what it is. So now, um, let's take a look. Now we can move on a bit to Euros. Now Euros has ended, and a lot of things has happened since we have last talked about. So, Mr. JB, if you can summarize the whole Euro tournament to you, how is Euro to you? if you can summarize in one word, or you want to give a grading upon 10, something like that.
Uh, wow. How zero for me? I think it's quite expected. Quite expected.
Quite
Yeah.
expected, huh?
Yep. Quite expected. Although yes, I know my prediction. I know
Yeah, which we're gonna go through in a
prediction.
while with our predictions.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, if I were to put it in one word, yeah, I would say expected. What about you?
for me, okay, I guess some surprises are there. Not a lot, but some. And I guess you can use the word expected on the winner, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. But at the same time, we make a lot of mistakes in our prediction, which we're gonna go through. I quite enjoy it, though one thing I don't enjoy is the number of own goals that we have in these Euros. The lack of goals really is concerning, but hey,
Yeah, I mean, the own goals is really, really very surprising for the tournament this time. I
yeah.
mean,
I think own goal was like the top goal scorer is what they said, I believe.
yeah, for sure. It's I don't know, man. I mean, there's no word to describe how it was. So yeah, I mean, the own goals are just surprisingly, I think it's like double digits, the own goals. So
Yep.
yeah, not looking too good, not looking too good.
All right. So I mean, yeah, no worries. We're gonna dissect this Euros a little bit more. For today's episode, we're actually gonna look back at our predictions. So this is a reaction to our predictions and see how well we both did based on our previous video that we predict. And I believe some of it we look like a fool a little bit, but some of it is well like, hey, it is what it is. So let's look into it. Are you ready, Mr. JB? Let's look into some predictions that we made. Are you ready to look back into all this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, of course, we're gonna do a bit of an award ceremony, like what we did for our Asian Cups and the African Nation Cups, where we're gonna give our own FFSG award to like the best team, the best
Mm,
underdogs, the worst teams, the dark horses, the biggest results, the surprise results, anything, player of the tournament, etc. So all that coming more. So now, let's dive right into it. Group A, where we predicted Germany to top the group.
mm.
We both did. Clearly, yes, we got one right there. Let's see whether we can keep count or keep track, Mr. JB. Switzerland, second. Yes, we did predict second. And then, well, this is where our first wrong. Controversial. Mr. JB wanted Scotland to be third. I wanted Hungary, but Hungary did get third. We predicted Hungary to be fourth. So, I mean, this was a bit of a toss up. We can agree, right? I mean, Hungary to win Scotland or Scotland to win Hungary. It's just a battle of third and fourth. But
Yeah, that's right. It's a battle of third and fourth. It's quite open, so yeah,
yeah, it's a
can go
toss
either
up.
way.
Yeah, it's a toss up, which we know. Now, in the Group B, so we have 2 points from Group A. So Group B, we have Spain being top, which we did. We have Italy being second, which we did. And then we have Albania for some reason putting as third and Croatia fourth. I do not remember why did we go to Albania as third. I'm pretty sure you convinced me something, Mr. JV.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, that's quite surprising with that choice as well. But yeah,
Although
I
to be
think
fair, I mean Albania did get a draw with Croatia, and I think we predicted Italy to win Croatia,
yeah, that's right. Yes, that
something
was
like
that was
that.
what we predicted. Yeah,
But
yeah.
then
You have to
Italy and
rewatch
Croatia
it.
get a draw, I believe. So yeah, like unfortunately, there's 2 points again for us. But we move. Next up, we have the Group C England team, everybody's favorite. We predicted England to finish first, which we did. We predicted Denmark to finish second, which we did. We predicted Slovenia to finish third, we did, and Serbia fourth. So this group, we get it bang on, all four correct. But however, let's talk about this group a little bit, not just because it's England, but England are the group winners, but the lowest group winner with 5 points of this tournament. Surprised by this group?
Yeah, I would say this group is definitely surprising. Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. I mean, I must say the Euros, the prediction for me hasn't been so good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yes, definitely this group is the surprise. What about you? You don't find it surprising?
I find it surprise in terms of, well, how lackluster England can be, but also surprised with how determined that they can actually find a way to win. But that's England aside. Um, but the fact that we got this prediction bang on, so it's a bit of a not surprise, because we kind of predicted it. It's like the most of the, I think most of the draw games is from this group. Denmark and Slovenia have all three matches draw in this group stage. So, it's a it's a very KG group, is what they call it, right? But as much as surprise, not as surprised as Group D. Group D, biggest surprise so far in this group stage. We predicted France to be first, which they didn't. We predicted Netherlands to finish second, which they didn't. We predicted Austria to be third, which they got first. And then the one that we got right is Poland finishing last.
Man, this one, I mean, this group is also another unexpected one, man. It's wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest surprise among all is just, is just Austria winning Netherlands. I think that was the key game right there, you know? And the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that,
the one. That's the one that changed it. Yeah,
yeah, that's the one
that's
that
the
changed it.
crucial one that changed the whole thing.
And also the fact that France didn't win Poland in the final game. They drew. They draw in the final game.
Yep,
So
that's right.
actually, if they won, they would have gotten first, and our prediction will look all right, and Austria would have finished second-ish. But unfortunately, yeah, the Austria come away with a victory, and Netherlands scraping by in the third place. Who ever thought, really? Now, moving on to the next group, Group E. Now, this one is, well, I believe when we last predicted this, all of them were on 3 points. Now, when we look back, all of them are on 4 points because apparently every one of them draw in the final game of their group, which makes it an open group before we predict and open group after we predict. So let's go through it. We predicted Belgium to finish first, hoping that they won, but they didn't. They got second. We predicted Slovakia to finish second, but they finished third. And then Romania, which we predicted, but they get first apparently just by goals for. And then Ukraine is the only one that we got it right with 1 point. Bottom of the group, which is the most unfortunate bottom of the group because they are the only team that has 4 points but not qualify. But the rest of the third teams, like the third placing teams, are like, you have teams that has 2 points, 3 points, 3 points, stuff like that. So what you make of this group, Group B?
Yeah, I mean, this group, for some reason, is like the strongest teams are literally in this group apparently,
Yeah, yeah,
and yeah, I think it's quite unfortunate when you have at least 4 points and you finish bottom of the group, and because of that, you can't qualify. I
yeah.
think, I think, I think, I think that's a cruel side of things, but yeah, but I feel that they may want to look at how they look at the tournament better next time. Because yeah, we are so accustomed to oh, the best of third, the best of third, but Ukraine actually got 4 points, which is highest among the rest of the third. So yeah, I mean one of the better teams out there. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, that group I think is one of the most surprising one because all of them actually did very well to get 4 points across everybody. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's only by goals difference. Is the only reason why Ukraine is out, and is the only reason why Romania stopped, and etc. So now we move on to the final group, Group F, which again, one last surprise always seems to hit us. Portugal, we predicted first, they got first. Turkey, we predicted second, they did get second. Third, however, we predicted Czechia or Czech Republic. It is Georgia instead. And then Czech Republic finishing last. We predicted Georgia last. Georgia with the final game of the tournament before final game of the group stage, my bad, winning Portugal 2-0 and to qualify to the next round. Predictable for this group other than the Georgia?
Yeah. I would say this group is pretty easy to predict, like the top two.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
Czech, I guess is disappointing, but it is unfortunate because if you ever look at the results, right? They lost Portugal 2-1 due to a 90 plus 1 minute goal. They draw with Georgia 1-1 thanks to an injury time goal. And they lost to Turkey 2-1 thanks to, you guess it, injury time goal. They've been very unfortunate with this. But Georgia did qualify. And like what do you say, top two was predictable ish, I guess, but did well there and there. So now I think we can move on to the round of 16 here. And moving on now to the round of 16 predictions, we predicted Germany versus Denmark, which we got it right. And we did say Germany to win that, which they did. And then we had Spain versus Romania for some reason, uh, but I think the third placing system, that's the only thing that changes. Uh, we had Spain and Romania, while the real life is Spain with Georgia and Spain winning Georgia. And we have like, of course, all the big teams that we predicted are all pretty much true, like England, Portugal, Netherlands. We did predict Belgium to be true, but Belgium was out by France, and Turkey to go. Turkey that managed to go through a quarterfinal. Now, Mr. JB, if you look at the knockout, right? Basically, from all the results there, which one surprises you the most? There?
oh, you mean the
Yeah,
knockout rounds?
yeah, like round of 16,
Uh,
quarterfinal, semifinal.
so which one is
We'll
the
talk
most
about the
shocking?
final in a bit.
Which one is the most shocking? I think, wow, that was a tough one. I wanted to say Italy, but
Yeah, I think
I would
Italy
say,
losing to Switzerland is quite a
I would say Italy losing to Switzerland. I think that one is really, really, surprising considering they are defending champs.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, and I definitely expected them to do better at least. Uh, yeah, but I think a close one would also be like, okay, I'm looking at it now. I think Portugal draw with Slovenia is also pretty surprising.
Yeah, I mean they won
Uh,
by penalties, I believe, before losing by penalties to France.
yeah. But I think, if you'd ask me, I would say the Italian game is the one that is, the one that, is the most surprising one for me.
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, I can agree with you. The Italy's out and the Portugal one is quite surprising. Possibly like Spain against France, maybe because France have a reputation of a very good team now, and Spain being Spain is what a team are they, huh? I mean, we predicted our final to be Germany versus England. Funny enough, you, Mr. JB, said, let's put England in the final just for fun and make them lose in the final again. You jinx it. They went in the final and they lost, but not to
Yep.
Germany, but to eventual
Yeah.
winners, Spain, who knock out the host Germany and France and England. So, I mean, deservingly the winner, aren't they?
That's right. That's right. I mean, I call for it. Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, but yeah, I mean, credit as you. Yeah, I think Spain definitely deserve winners. I think they are the only ones that. I think I think they are the only team to actually win every single one of their matches, right?
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
only one who I believe to have
Who win
win.
everything on full time without
Yeah,
any.
yeah, win everything on full time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
without any
yeah,
draw,
they won on full time, huh? Yeah, that's
right?
surprising. Is it?
Yeah.
Did they win Germany? No, they won Germany after extra time.
Ah, okay,
They won
okay,
Germany after extra time.
right, right. Yeah,
And
I
the
mean, the
France
point
was full
is,
time. But yeah.
okay, sure. I mean, other than that, yeah, I think they managed to win every other team by a full time.
Yep.
which is quite impressive. And yeah, to not take it to penalties and etc. And I think the way they play as well, they're the only ones that actually look very, very convincing to win as compared to the rest. I think Germany is a bit unfortunate. We were talking about how they were favorites and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess when they met with Spain, I think it's quite a tough game there for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And also the funny thing that maybe we should mention out a bit is your favorite Netherlands, which we predict them to go out on quarterfinals, maybe semis, but we did predict them to go out of the quarters, and they go all the way to semifinal. Quite a surprising tournament, maybe, but to be fair, I guess their journey to semifinal, it's of course with Romania and Turkey, decent teams until they face England. Unfortunately, they couldn't. So yeah, like I don't know, what would you make of Netherlands?
Yeah, I would say disappointing, as usual.
Mhm.
Uh, Netherlands have always been like a final or a semi-final or a quarter-final team, but never
Yeah,
winning,
yeah,
never winning the tournament. Uh, yeah, I would say like I mean, just looking at the squad depth that they have this time, it looks pretty decent. They do look like they kind of have a chance to win,
yeah,
probably.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, for some reason, it just didn't turn out too well. Yeah, so I would say I'm disappointed with them. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely disappointed because time and again, uh, they kind of look good on paper. They have a good coach. And then you kind of look at the players as well. You were thinking, yeah, these are the players that, especially the previous generation and all that. But
mm,
yeah, sadly, it is what it is. Sadly, uh, always kind of fall short.
yeah,
World Cup, I think we're runners up like I think three times. I think.
yeah. A lot of time,
Yeah, yeah, and then I
both
think Euro.
runners.
Yeah, I think Euro. I think we only won once. And that was like probably I think back in the 80s. So yeah, man. I mean, I would say quite disappointing because I think in terms of FIFA ranking, I think uh they were pretty decent most of the time when it comes to FIFA ranking, like probably
Yeah,
top 10.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but end up, it is what it is.
All right. Now let's move on to the final part before we wrap things up. Basically, we're gonna do some Football Focus SG style of award ceremony. So let's start off with our first category here, which is okay. I mean, clearly, best team has to be Spain. We all know that, right? So we'll start with the most disappointing team to perform in Euros. So there are three nominations that I've pulled up. All right. So number one, we have uh, Croatia. All right. Number two, Belgium. All right. And number three, which I guess, well, maybe I'm not sure if it's controversial, but Italy is one of it as well. Is my three picks. Who will you pick? Or if there's any other team that is outside of this three that you feel like the biggest disappointment, do let me know. But these are the three teams that I highlighted. I feel that you could possibly agree with me a bit.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I would somewhat agree, somewhat,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you gotta put Netherlands in there as one of the most disappointing teams.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, I would,
For
I
them
would,
to reach
I would put.
semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, come on, they were almost out in the group stage. Yeah,
Yeah, true, true.
yeah. So come on, I mean,
But are they as bad as the three that I've said? Croatia,
yeah,
Belgium, and
nah. I mean,
Italy?
I mean, I mean, I'm surprised they actually put Croatia in there. I'm actually surprised, but
I mean, Croatia did not even qualify through the group.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it. But I mean, if you look at their group, it's it's quite a tough group. It is sort of like a group of death, sort of. There's
Yeah.
Spain, there's Italy in there. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't really put that much expectations on them.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
So,
but
so are we really gonna give it to Netherlands?
yeah, I mean, I'll put Netherlands in there because they finished third in the group, man.
No, I
They
mean,
finished third in the
true,
group,
but they
which
still
is
went longer than Italy and Belgium. I'm actually tempted to put Belgium.
yeah.
Because
I
first
mean,
of all, their
Belgium.
group, not saying like it's an easy group as well, but they have a better team. We were expecting them to go first, which they didn't. And then, of course, yes, they eventually lose to France, which is a difficult match anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but I just feel that
Netherlands
okay,
had
my
a
pick,
easier route
yeah,
as well, I guess. Okay, fine, sure. I can
yeah,
agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah, yeah. So my pick is probably Netherlands, Portugal, and France.
All right. Portugal as well. Okay.
Yep, Netherlands, Portugal, and France. I have to say.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
the fact that yeah, I mean both France and I
France
think
and Netherlands in
Netherlands.
semis, Portugal go all the way to quarters, only by
Yeah,
penalties.
yeah, but I mean I'm just looking at it overall, like in
Yeah,
terms of the squad depth that they have, the quality that they have, and they're putting out that kind of performance. I mean France not scoring
yeah,
or probably barely scoring and
true.
scraping through with draws, right? In the
Yeah.
in the in
A bit
the
like
in the group
England,
game.
England scraping through.
Yeah, 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 kind of. But at
Yeah.
least, but the only reason why I didn't put England in this list is because I feel that even though they win last minute and all that, they kind of do it in style a little bit.
Yeah,
Like you can see like they are up to something. But
true.
France, I mean, I'm not sure what's wrong with France, the way they play and all that, aren't that attractive anymore. I mean, I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Portugal. Yeah, Portugal have the squad depth, they have quality players.
Yeah.
But I mean, to fall short in the quarter is definitely not up to par, I guess, for their standards.
Yeah.
Because they are quite struggling with I think who they lose it? Lose to France, I think.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
All right. All right. So, okay, I guess you guys who listen and watch this, do let us know down below what you guys think. Now, in the next category we have will be the most surprising team. Now, the surprise package team, basically, I think there's only two teams in my mind. It's only like Georgia or Turkey is what I'm gonna go for. Do you have anyone in mind that you agree with?
you mean the most improved?
Most surprising team,
Oh,
the
okay.
best underdog in a way. But I guess you can say Spain, but we're gonna declare Spain as the best team. I mean, they deservingly so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would give it. I mean, I'll agree with you. I'll give it to Turkey and yeah. One more. Probably Switzerland. I think
Yeah,
I'll give it to
Switzerland's
Swiss.
decent as
Yeah.
well. He's a good shout. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I'll give it to Switzerland because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for Jude Bellingham's, no wait, it's not Jude Bellingham. I think it's Bukayo Saka, right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think if it wasn't for Saka's last minute intervention, I think Swiss kind of have a pretty decent chance. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. But yeah, yeah, I'll give Swiss and Turkey as a surprise.
All right, all right. Now let's wrap things up with our final category that we want to give, which is the biggest surprise result of the whole tournament. Now there is a few surprising results, so I'll name you a few, and you tell me whether is it surprising enough or not. So we have the Switzerland knocking Italy out 2-0. We have the Austria winning Netherlands 3-2. We have Croatia and Albania drawing 2-2. And lastly, Georgia winning Portugal 2-0 to qualify. So, shocking results of Euros.
Yeah, I will give it to Georgia, man. I think
Yeah,
Georgia winning Portugal is pretty is pretty impressive. The least expected. Yeah, man, I gotta give it to them.
I mean keeping
I
a
don't know how
clean
to
sheet
do it.
against Ronaldo, that's
Yeah,
already achievement on its own.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to give it to them, and that is just a
Yeah,
pretty surprising result indeed.
it is, it is. All
Yep.
right. All right. So that comes the end of our, Euro recap and predictions and reviews. If you guys do enjoy this episode, don't forget to show your support by pressing the like, comment down below what you guys think. More importantly, to share and subscribe. Mr. JB, it's been a pleasure having you here as always. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.